Hey, and welcome to my channel. My name is Heather, and this is the Fluffy Oracle. So today's reading is going to be all about helping you on your ascension path and which direction it's going over at least the next few months to a year, depending on how the reading goes with whatever I pull and what I get and what comes through the cards. So I have, for pile 1, I have the silver Tokidoki mirror. Then I have a breathe, relax, and unwind, which is a cork top for one of my candles, which is pretty cool, for pile number 2. And then pile number 3, I have the Sushi Tokidoki hand mirror. Well, compact mirrors is what they are, technically. I'm like, my brain totally farted out on me with that one, but whatevers. Down below, as usual, will be all your timestamps for wherever you need to jump for your reading, as well as in the first comment. And then I will also have the affiliate links for whichever decks that I used during this reading, if you would like to know what they are and in case you would like to purchase them. I will also be doing a Rebel deck message pull at the end for some extra cheeky guidance to help you along your way and maybe brighten up your day a little bit, or week, or whenever it is that you're watching this, because these readings are always timeless. And I will also be doing a universal message of love from the universe, from the Notes of the Universe cards. Alrighty, so without further ado, I'm going to jump into pile 1. If you need any extra time, please feel free to go ahead and pause the video. I would also like to take a second before I jump in to say thank you guys so much for all your comments, your views, your likes, and your subscriptions to my channel. You guys have been absolutely amazing. This video is kind of going to be an extension also of the Revealing Your True Self video, which you guys have totally loved and totally knocked my socks off with almost 20,000 views in the past 2 weeks. Like, it's been phenomenal. I love the fact that I'm helping so many people and reading all these comments, and you guys have inspired me so much. So without further ado, let's jump into this and find out where your ascension path is heading and where it's taking you. Alrighty. Alrighty, so for my loves who chose pile number 1, the silver compact Tokidoki mirror, let's see what we have that we can help you out with. These are some tarot cards for some overall guidance for which direction that you're headed in with your ascension process and how you're doing. These are going to be some extra guidance as well to go along with these for expansion. These are going to be some extra channeled guidance from hopefully your spirit guides, your angels, and also anything you most might need to know right now that will help you along this path to help you make it a smoother transition. These will be some more messages from the guides, and then some animal guide messages as well for you. So for the tarot cards, we have Sage of Flames, Two of Crystals, which is the Two of Pentacles, and the Ten of Flames. So this would be the Ten of Wands. So for your overall, you've become quite confident and very zen as well at the same time with transitioning into this expansion, and you've become quite centered with and easier to get into your meditation, as well as aligning yourself with this and pulling yourself back into alignment. You're able to do that a lot easier as well during your meditations. And I feel like you're not so all over the place with being monkey-minded, because you're able to figure out how to regain yourself and balance yourself in between with this state when you do your meditations, which is great because it's going to help you quite a lot more during your ascension process, because it's a lot about the journey and going within as well. And then we have the Ten of Flames. You've been working very hard at this, and you've stumbled a little bit with getting focused with your monkey-mindedness during your meditations, but I feel like you're ascending quite lovely, no matter how much you feel like you're not doing it right, possibly, or if you feel like it's just taking forever for you to get there. You are getting there. Slowly but surely, you are able to make this climb in this ascension, all right? You're doing just fine. Just keep moving forward, and you'll keep ascending up those stairs with your ascension process. So for some extra guidance with that, we have answering the call. The time is now. So with this, I was mostly attracted to answering the call, which is really, you've been listening to your intuition, you've been listening to your guides, you've been really tuning in and tapping into your intuition and doing what you're supposed to be doing, and you're headed in the right direction. Like I was saying before, because I'm really attracted to the path and the fact that she's moving forward through this door. So you've definitely made a lot of progress, and you're continuing to make a lot of progress in this ascension process for you. Yes, it's a very long process. We're learning every single day. Even I myself am still learning every single day with mine and still struggling with mine here and there. But when you notice a slowdown in your struggles, it's when you're taking time out to actually learn whatever major lessons that need to be coming in for you and you need to be learning at the time. Because it's kind of like a roller coaster, kind of like what Victor Odo said in one of his videos a long time ago that I had watched, where things would be going great for a little while and then all of a sudden you'll hit a roadblock, sort of, so to speak, or something will just like go wrong. But that's when you're at your peak and when you're about to learn another transition and another lesson that you've come along to, because you've learned what you needed to learn in the past and you're continuing to move forward. So that's how you know that you're continuing to move forward. Whenever something comes up and kind of rattles your cage a little bit or throws a monkey wrench in your program, that's your lesson to learn from, and you moving on to the next step as well, once you're able to get through that and apply the lessons that you had previously learned to help you get through that situation. So we have stepping into your power. So with this card, it says you are strong beyond measure. Know that you are quite capable of handling this. You wouldn't be here doing this ascension process if you didn't choose to be and have the strength to make sure that you could get through this. These are just trials and tribulations and learning lessons, as we all do, and getting to that next phase and that next step and moving forward in our lives and having that human experience that we all need to have, because we chose this existence for a reason. We're here because we want to help the planet. We're here because we want to move forward ourselves, and we want to experience everything that we possibly can and learn everything that we possibly can. And then we have solitude. In silence, peace prevails. So with this, with the going within, you are gaining so much knowledge and getting a lot of messages, I feel, as well, because you're learning so much about not only just yourself, but the people and the world around you, and coming into the consciousness and basically tapping into the divine as well. And I have a whole lot coming through, so I'm trying to get all this out and explain it as much as I possibly can so you can understand what's going on. So with this, when you tap in your meditations, you're tapping into the universe, you're tapping into the universal consciousness, and it's helping you to learn and expand your mind with all of this, and it's helping you to understand a lot more deeper within yourself and these lessons as well, because you're seeing everything for what they are, and you're taking a step back and basically looking at it from a bigger angle or a wider angle to see the bigger picture in order to move forward and to come out of this darkness back here. Alrighty? So let's see what extra guidance we have to come through for you. We have the perfection of your life. So with this, I feel like you're beginning to understand that everyone and everything is connected, and going out into nature a whole lot more is like helping you to connect more and to really connect mostly to that universal consciousness, and to also connect to everything else and to understand things a bit more. And it's able to help you feel more at peace and more whole within and as one with the world. And then we have inner trust. You're learning to trust your intuition a lot more, especially with this learning that you're being connected to everything and everyone around you, and that how all these lessons are all intertwined and connected together. But you have to remember to have faith and trust in yourself and to continue to have that faith and trust and to hold it. And then it says listening for truth. Whenever someone speaks to you, you can you hear the messages that they're saying to you that you most need to know. And then you also can tell when someone is trying to lie to you and pull a fast one on you, because you understand, because you've ascended to that level and that consciousness that you can see through everything. And you're listening to your intuition as well, because you are most guided by your intuition and your guides as well. Let's see. And then we have live purposefully from the Fool's Wisdom. I feel like you've become so focused that you're able to stay quite on track and that you're moving forward at a very rapid pace. Even though sometimes you don't understand, you feel like you're not, doing things right. You are. Just continue to stay focused and keep going. It says, have mercy. So with this, you're beginning to understand the equal give and take of things and the push and pull of learning these lessons, especially with the up and downness. And I feel like you need to also be a little bit more gentle with yourself. Don't be so hard on yourself. You're doing just fine. Give a little, get a little, is also what I'm getting with this. And then it says, always think before you act. So you've been able to actually hone yourself in and think before you speak, as well as before you act, and able to take things into account and see things from all different types of point of views and aspects in order to go in the right direction and to also continue on the right path as well. So let's get some messages from your guides and the animal guides. So what do they have for you? They have practice moderation. So with this, don't overindulge in one thing more than the other, because it'll take you out of balance from what we were having before with the Two of Chalices, which is the Two of Pentacles. So once you're able to continue to practice things in moderation, it'll help keep you in a more healthy balance and a more stable balance, so that you don't feel so out of whack or off course on some days. Then we have never judge another. With this, I kind of really think about my guide, Lady Portia, from the Ascension cards deck from Diana Cooper. I believe it's Diana Cooper. One sec, let me check. Yep, that deck, I'll actually link that below so you can check that out. It's a really awesome deck. It's got all kinds of guides and Ascended Masters in that, and messages from them. It's called the Ascension cards by Diana Cooper. I learned about that quite a long time ago from another reader who's absolutely amazing on here. Her name is Elizabeth Crowley. But this reminds me of Lady Portia with having fair and open-mindedness and not being judgmental towards others. It says never judge another. So treat someone else as an equal and be open-minded and open-hearted with them as well. And the more that you are able to do that, the more expansion you will have, and the more able you will be to see things on a higher perspective and live in your more highest truth as well. And then it says let go of ego. So that goes perfectly with that, because once you're able to see others and situations on a more equal playing field, you'll be able to let go of that 3D aspect and that ego aspect that keeps you trapped and in a single mindset. Alrighty? So for the animal guide messages, we have monkey, ingenuity. This situation calls for adaptability and innovation. So you're continuously adapting and changing fluidly. And again, with the monkey-mindedness, you're able to control that monkey-mindedness, and you're able to adapt to it so that you can take and separate and look at these thoughts and see them pass through and let them flow through, and to feel the emotion and to let them go and to learn the lessons from them. So then we have dragonfly, illusion. You know who you really are. So with this, you're discovering still who you really are and what you want and what you don't want and how to proceed. And you're learning new things each and every day about yourself that you might not have noticed before. And you're seeing yourself ascend to a higher level and a higher state of consciousness consciousness, and you're bringing that out more so that you are able to show the true you instead of just an illusion or a facade. And you're able to finally step into your highest and greatest good power so that you can be your highest and greatest self more and in more alignment with the things and people around you so that you can continue to raise your vibration as well. And then we have dog. Your loyalty and faithfulness is misplaced by serving too many masters. So you're learning not to people please anymore, and you're learning to stay loyal to yourself as well. And as well as being loyal to your beliefs and what it is you truly believe in and your cause and what you want to do and your life's purpose. You're learning to stay loyal to all of that. And then we have cat with a domestic cat. It's time to strike out on your own and relinquish your overdependency on others. So you're learning to let go of codependency, and you're learning to be more on your own and stand in your own power is what I get with this. And then we have emu. This is a good time to go on a new adventure. So with this, I feel like this whole ascension process is definitely a new adventure for you, and it's taking you to so many different places. I also feel like if you are being drawn or called to go someplace, check it out, go there, take a trip, even if it's a long distance, try and take a vacation from work and go and explore that place and figure out what it is that's drawing you so much to that place, and then take some time in to see everything, feel everything out. Even if it's like going up on a mountaintop to sit there and meditate, go ahead and go and do that, because I feel like you'll definitely benefit from it, and I feel like you'll get some amazing messages out of it. And I also feel like you will learn and meet some new people that are more on your vibrational level and make some new friends as well from that. So these are your messages. I do hope that they resonated and that you enjoyed this reading, and stay tuned for the Rebel deck messages and the universal messages or notes of love from the universe. Alrighty, and I will see you at the end. For those of you who feel like the need to skip the Rebel deck messages, know that I love you, and thank you guys so much for watching and checking me out. And I will see you next video. Alrighty, so for my loves who chose pile number 2 with the breathe, relax, and unwind little top, let's see what we get. These are some tarot cards for an overview of your situation and how you're doing right now with your ascension journey. Some extra guidance to help with those for an expansion to it. Some extra cards for maybe some channel messages to come through, and some extra guidance on the overview as well. These are some messages from your guides to help you along your ascension path, and any extra advice that they may want to offer you. And these are some animal guide messages from your animal spirit guides to help you as well with this process. Alrighty, so let's jump in and see what we have. We have the shadow. Most of all, I am truly connected, yeah. Because it's exactly what I was about to say. Is that you're connected to everything, and you're discovering that you are connected to everything. Even with the shadow aspects and the light, everything is connected. Good or bad, light or dark, everything is connected. And I feel like you're also able to see people's darker sides a little bit easier, and to see how everything plays out and connects to everything, and what you're learning from them as well with this card. So I'm like, what else am I getting with this? Oh yeah, I was saying I was really attracted to the spider web as to what I was going to say for being connected. Sorry, got a little carried away with myself. So you're also doing a lot of shadow work. I just got with that as well. And you're letting go of a lot of past things that 3D paradigms. You're letting all those things go, and you're learning to ascend higher and higher, and becoming one more with yourself, with being interconnected with the consciousness, or the universal consciousness, excuse me. And then we have 4 of crystals, which is the 4 of pentacles. But with this, I don't get them. You're basically staying to yourself with this, and you are going within. You're doing a lot of crystal meditation, I feel. And I feel like these crystals are helping to open you up and to see things in a whole new light. And also all the different aspects of things, because I'm really attracted to all the gradient of color in this. And I feel like you're seeing everything for what it is and seeing things in a newer light and a newer way and a newer contrast of things while you're going within with these meditations. And I feel like it's also helping to open up your third eye, and you're beginning to see more visions as well for some of you out there who have the clairvoyance. So we have Adept of Flames. So this is more about creativity, and the solar plexus is what I get with this, and going within a bit more, and you're able to open up more to the creative mindset and to bring about more spark. And what else? I also get, if you call upon Saint Germain, who is the carrier of the divine purple flame, I feel like it will help you as well, especially if you look up Saint Germain and the Ascension cards from Diana Cooper, which I am going to put that link below for those cards to help you with that, because those cards are an absolute blessing. I've had them for years. I've learned so much from that deck. There's a lot of Ascendant Masters in there. There's a lot of Ascension things in there. It's all guidance to help you through this time. Alrighty. And also doing candle meditations, I feel like some of you have been doing out there, and they've helped you open up your creative solar plexus a bit more, because you've been able to focus more on the area of your body and to become more in alignment with it. Alrighty. I also feel like you've also been a guiding light for some others that are around you, that have been listening to you and able to open up and communicate with you on going through the same things that you've been going through. Whether it's through the internet or through one-on-one personal, up close and personal connections, I feel like you've been able to be an example to people. And then we have reaching your destination. Your light is shining brightly. Couldn't be any more perfect with the Adept of Flames, with guiding people and shining your light and helping to show them the way and help guide them along their ascension journey as well. Even though we're all still learning, we're all still going towards the same place for the most part. It's just a different aspect and a different way of seeing things for each of us. And we all have our own transitions to make as well. But we're all headed in one direction, which is ascending higher and becoming more one with universal consciousness. Alrighty. And we are light workers as well, who are helping to guide others and show them the way and to help them along their ascension paths as well, for some of you out there. Essentially, though, we are all light workers in our own way. We just have different ways of going about it, different processes as well. And we have our own things to teach everyone and our own way of doing it, like I said. And then we have traveling lightly, simplify your life. So I feel like the path that you're headed on, you don't need a whole lot. You have everything you already need. And it may not seem like much, but it's everything that you actually really need. You don't need to be all like heavy into something. You can just take it as light as possible if you want to, and you will still reach your destination just as fast as another person, if not even faster. Even if it takes and feels like a slower process, enjoy the journey. Keep going and you'll reach your destination, because we learn each and every day. I also feel like music will help you with this, and it will help to expand, especially listening to meditation music. I get the feeling that, and like binaural beats, I feel like that will help expand and open you quite a bit more with your solar plexus meditations if you've been doing those. So let's see what other messages we get. We have new birth, guarded vigilante. I'm like, bleh? What? But anyway, I feel like you've been very protective of yourself lately during this transformation, and I feel like you've been very guarded and very withdrawn from people because you've been trying to figure things out, and you've been growing quite a lot during this kind of hermit-like phase. And I feel like If you've been wearing crystals, I feel like it's helping you, and it's helping to keep you protected as well from any negative energies that are coming your way. I also feel like these right here kind of give me the feeling of smoky quartz, which kind of absorbs any negative energies and transmutes it back into higher vibrational energies and back out into the world, and also with yourself, and also can give you a reserve energy boost as well, because it stores those energies as well when you need it most, and when you need a boost in your vibrational level, because it takes all that negative energy that surrounds you or is thrown towards you and transmutes it for you. And then we have collaborative dreaming. So with this, I feel like some of you have been astral traveling, and I feel like you've been meeting up with others and learning from them during your dream time. And I feel like you've learned quite a lot, especially with being connected with others, because I'm really attracted to this right here. And this, for me, makes me feel like a very connected sense to everything and everyone around you. And I feel like you've made quite the friendships in the astral plane if you've been astral traveling already. It's still a very good practice to do, and I feel like you will benefit from it quite a lot and learn quite a lot. And it says, follow your own rhythm. I feel like you are really embracing this and finally coming into your own and learning how to just go with the flow and absolutely enjoying each and every day and every lesson from this. And you are just swimming through your ascension process, and you are enjoying it to the fullest. And I feel like that's absolutely wonderful and what's most needed for you, because it's a lot of change, because I'm drawn to the number 5. And I feel like you've become one with knowing exactly who you are and where you're going and how you're going to go about it. And I feel like you are definitely just headed in the right direction and shining your light beautifully for others to learn from you. And you've been quite a beacon of light and hope as well, and inspiration is what I get from this. Then we have the breathless fool. Stop thinking and start breathing. So with this, I feel like they're asking you to pay a little bit more attention to your breathing meditations and to try some new breathing meditations out as well with this. And I feel like it'll help expand you more with a little bit more DMT. For those of you who understand exactly what that is with breath meditation, it causes more DMT and more relaxation in your mind so that you can get more centered. And it's all during your meditation when that comes through. So we have the playful. Have fun and be playful. I feel like you've come quite so far that you are finally being able to reap the rewards of all the ascension process that you've went through, especially with this 11 right here. I feel like you're reaping the rewards and you're continuing to hold those positive thoughts, and you're having a lot of fun with this is what I feel. And they're asking you to maintain that mindset. And then we have keep it colorful, the colorful. But I'm really attracted to the yellow in this because it's a lot of solar plexus energy, and the creativity that you're exuding is absolutely wonderful. And I feel like it's given you so much inspiration and ideas that it's really propelled you forward in your ascension process. And it's helping to move you quite quickly and smoothly. So let's get some messages from your guides. So we have surrendering to the journey, release control. So with this, I feel like they're asking you to release a little bit more control over to the universe, and during your meditations to let go just a little bit more and to try and go a little bit more with the flow, which is why they were asking about the breathing meditations, to help you to relax a bit more and to go more with the flow and to go deeper within as well. Alrighty. So we have inspire others. I was just saying that with the flow, follow your own rhythm card, that you've been inspiring others with your ascension, and the fact that you've gone so much, with the flow actually in that process that you've inspired others to do so, and you've been quite a guiding light and a shining light, because you are quite a powerful light worker, I feel, with this. Even if you don't know it, you are. You are inspiring others to be more of their highest selves, is what I get with this. And it says, possess self-confidence. Stand in your power. Don't doubt yourself. Believe in yourself, and you will continue to ascend even higher with that, because I feel like you are pulling in quite more of your highest self and bringing that out more and becoming more of your greatest and highest version of who you really are. Then we have release toxic relationships. So with this card, I feel like you still have a few toxic relationships that are kind of hanging on to you, that you kind of like have a sentimental connection to. And I understand that it's very hard for you to let go and release certain people and certain things, but it's what's most needed. And eventually they will fall away. It may take a little bit of time. It may not, especially if you're resisting, going with that and going with the flow and doing what's most needed. It will happen over time eventually. And then what I feel like when it'll happen is when it's ready to happen. And I feel like it'll kind of be like you're ready to finally let go and release, and it'll be on your terms is what I get with this. Alrighty. But it's okay when it's on your terms, because that's when the divine timing is right and when you're most comfortable with it to finally move on and go higher at that point. It's okay to take your time with this is what I get. Alrighty. Even though if it feels super complicated, because it's the feeling that I'm getting with this, it's quite alright. It's part of the lesson. It's part of the journey. Just continue to go with the flow. And whenever you're ready to release, release. And you'll be more at peace. Alrighty. So with the animal guides, we have buffalo with abundance. You are provided for in all ways. So having that attitude of gratitude and knowing that you are provided by the universe is what's most needed. And they're letting you know, and they're reminding you that you are provided by the universe and well taken care of. What you ask for, you shall receive, as long as you keep a positive, open mindset. And then we have deer, pathfinder. Trust your instincts to guide you through this situation. So listening to your intuition and continuing to listen to your intuition will help you have a more gentle approach to this and will help ease you into the ascension path even further. But just trust in yourself and listen to your intuition. So we have condor. You are too enmeshed in this situation, so step back and see the bigger picture before making any decisions or taking action. So with this, I feel like the continuousness of going within and meditating and thinking about things before you act is what's most needed. And also the release of the toxic relationships or situations. I feel like some of that can actually hinder you a bit. So releasing that and taking a step back and seeing what actually serves you and what doesn't serve you and letting it go and releasing it is what's most called for at this time with them. So we have chameleon. Stay in the background and adapt to the situation rather than being conspicuous and attempting to direct the course of events. So don't release control a little bit. Don't be so, okay, it's got to be this way. It can't be this way. Or I want to do it this way and I don't want to, compromise. You have to be able to have give and take and blend in and do what's needed, because it's all part of going with the flow. And you're constantly ever changing as well. So you're adapting more and more to each situation. But sometimes it's a little bit of resistance I get with this. So just hang in there and go with the flow. Listen to your intuition and try and trust it a bit more with this, so that you can continue to have that ever-changing process and so that it's not hindered. So we have mountain goat. There's something out of balance in your life. So do whatever you need to do to correct it. So with this, I feel like while you're going within and trying to balance everything out, I feel like it's trying to make you more balanced and equal, especially with letting go of any toxic relationships or bad habits is keeping you out of balance. So learning to let those go and release them is what's most called for, so that you can bring yourself back into alignment with your greatest and highest purpose, and to move forward in this ascension process a little bit smoother. Alrighty. So these are your messages. I do hope that they resonated. Whichever does not resonate, please do not force it to fit your situation. Just leave it where it is and take what does, because those are your messages and that are most important for you, for whatever does highly resonate with you. Even if it's not the whole thing and just a little bit of it. That's what was for you. Alrighty. So I will see you guys at the end for the Rebel Deck messages. For those who do not like the cursing or the profanity in that and choose not to watch those, I will see you guys next video. And thank you guys so much for checking me out and liking and subscribing to my channel. See you next video. Alrighty, so for my loves who chose pile number 3, the Sushi Tokidoki compact mirror, let's dive in and see what we get. I feel like the energy though with this pile, because I'm guided to do a little bit different than the other 2 piles, is because you guys are a bit more farther along and more advanced in your ascension paths, and this is mostly probably going to be confirmation for you, and hopefully a little bit of extra guidance is what I feel. Like, I'm very drawn to that right now. So this pile over here is going to be your overview of what's exactly going on and a little bit more depth for you. These will be some extra messages and guidance for you. Some messages from your guides and some messages from your animal guides as well. So let's see what we have. So with the tarot, we have 9 of crystals, which is the 9 of pentacles in this deck. So with the 9 of pentacles, I feel like you've been absolutely enjoying this experience. You have everything you need that you could possibly ever want. And you're wondering, what else is there? What more is there for me? What more do I need? Or where am I going from this? And then we have Luna, the moon. So I feel like you've been having a little bit of uncertainty lately with which direction that you're going in, and having a little bit of trouble going with the flow. Lately, I feel like you've also been having a dark night of the soul, but you're learning a lot quite emotionally. And I feel like this transition for you is putting you in the right direction, even though you may not know exactly where you're headed at this point. I feel like don't fight the current. Just go with it. Even though it feels like one hell of a wild ride right now, just go with it. Because right now you're in a phase of probably being in a lull on like a down part of the track. Because I'm getting like a roller coaster feeling. Because it's like when you're up, you're vibrating extremely high. And then when you're down, you're really down. And you're like, life is just shot to shit. Sorry. And you feel like, oh my God, what is going on? What did I do? Where did I go wrong? You didn't. This is a lesson for you to apply what you learned on the upper part of the track when you were at your highest vibration and before, and applying it to this part of your section. When you're in your lowest, apply that to now. Remain in your highest self. Remain, centered and focused, and it will help you get through this period. No matter how long it takes, it will still help you get through this period, because once you apply those lessons from before, everything will go a lot easier and more smoother and more calmer, is what I get. So we have the Sage of Crystals. So with the Sage of Crystals, I feel like this is more like the Queen of Pentacles to me, type of energy. So you've become quite into your own, and you've done a lot of work with crystals, I get, and a lot of crystal healing. And I feel like you're being really drawn to doing a little bit more crystal healing, like Reiki with it. So if you're drawn to that, I really feel like it will help you to expand and grow more and see a lot more growth in your spirituality, and help pull you out of this kind of like lull, and help propel you into a more beautiful part of your ascension journey. And I feel like it will actually really expand your mind and shed a lot of light that's needed at this time. So we have Release the Dark Wound, Let Love Live. So with this, I feel like releasing a little bit more of control and stop worrying so much about what direction it is you're headed in, because you are headed in the right direction, and you are being an example for others out there. And what you say and what you do causes a ripple effect, and it ripples out, and that's what causes things to bring you into the lessons that you're learning at this time. And also it's making you dive quite deeper and to see the bare bones of everything that's actually going on, because I'm really attracted to the bare bones in this that's showing in this card. And I feel like it's helping you to see and go more within and to see the actual core of things as well as yourself. And I feel like it's helping you to do that deeper dive of ascension that you're most needed right now in that direction. Going beyond normal. This is definitely out of the norm for you. You weren't expecting this, and it's also bringing you some aha moments and making you think a little bit harder and work a little bit harder. But I feel like you have the key and you have the knowledge to get through this. And I feel like you are also being divinely guided and have a lot of knowledge coming in. And I feel like you are becoming very connected more with everything, especially with spirit and the universe. And I feel like time is going to start to pick up as well for you during this process, because I'm really attracted to the clock hands. Even if it feels like it's going slow right now, I feel like it's beginning to pick up. Like even I myself, I felt like time has begun to absolutely fly, and I've had a lot of aha moments, and I've definitely felt more connected with the universe and had quite the amazing dreams, with the vivid dreams, with being lucid and astral travel and all of that. I've had quite the opening lately. So I feel like you guys are headed in the right direction. It's just going to take some time, and then it's also going to come really fast, really soon. And then we have The World Wants to Be Written. So for those of you out there who are writing Ascension books or thinking about writing books on spirituality, please do so. We need some more of those, in my opinion, because I love reading those, especially those on channeling. For those who want to also go in that direction of channeling, speaking of which, they are asking you to pick up some books on channeling. And I feel like if you haven't been reading them already, you will be soon, because I feel like you're being really drawn in that direction and that transformation, because that is your next step, is channeling. And I feel like you are very open to source, and you're a very clear channel as well if you've already been channeling. And I feel like it's also going to give you quite the transition, because I'm really attracted to the butterfly, and it's really going to open you up psychically and open up your third eye quite a bit more. It may feel quite saddening at first for some of the stuff that you see and learn, but know that it's part of the process, and you will get through it, and that the divine is right there with you, helping you. Alrighty? And that you are vibrating at a very, very high, fast pace and a very high rate. And you're also becoming more of a divine light being, is what I get with this as well. Kind of a last second message. So we have the meaningful. The Fool, from the Fool's Wisdom. Mean what you say and do. And say and do what holds meaning for you. So with this, I feel like watch what you say out there, and watch what you put out there with the messages that you are actually saying, especially if some of you out there make videos. I feel like listen to how you're articulating yourself, listen to what you're saying, make sure it's what you truly believe in, and don't put some bullshit out there. Walk it, talk it, believe it, is what I got with that. Alrighty? No disrespect or offense. I'm just saying that's exactly what I'm getting from the messages with this. Alrighty? And then it has let it go. So with this, any old baggage that needs to be released at this time is being released and left behind. And even if it's sentimental value, I feel like it's most needed to let it go and release it, especially if it's toxic relationships as well as old habits. And I feel like it will help you to propel quite fast forward. And yeah. I'm just going to leave it at that because I'm like, I can't explain it any other way. It's going to propel you forward at a fast rate. There, that's better. We have the romantic fool. Fall in love with yourself and fall in love with life. So with this, I feel like you're doing exactly what you love, which I know I am. By doing these readings, I'm doing everything that I love doing with this. This is my dream job. This is my dream. This is what I've been wanting to do for the longest time. So I'm finally walking my path and living, breathing, and being it, and trying to shine my light out as best as I can, and also coming more into alignment with my higher self and my highest and greatest good, because I try and live that every day. So with this, that's what it's asking you to do, is to love what you do, figure out what it is that you love to do, and follow that dream and to go forward with it, because that is part of your life purpose. That is part of your ascension path, is following your life purpose and your dream and what you love to do. Figure out what you love to do the most and go balls out, is what I'm getting with this. And I feel like when you do that, you will fall head over heels in love with everything that you're doing, and you will finally feel that sense of that relief, because you're finally able to do what it is that you most always wanted to do in life. And you won't feel so stressed, you won't feel so restrained, and you won't feel so down in the dumps much anymore. You'll feel more of a relief. We have impasse. I also feel like once you're able to do what you truly love, that you will no longer feel blocked and that you'll have your way forward. And then it says reflect and direct your energy. So look back on whatever it is that you've been going through. Take into account the lessons, and then to really also go forward with thinking about whatever it is that you want to do most, what you feel drawn to do, especially if it's something that you really love and you're like, okay, well, this idea sounds silly. I don't know how it's going to go. I'm not sure. Start off with baby steps to put that plan into action, see where it goes, and let it spiral from there. And I feel like it'll snowball, and before you know it, you'll be doing exactly what it is that you wanted, and you'll see and reap the rewards of where it goes and where it leads. So with this, it says discovering truth. Exactly what I was just saying. Baby steps in the right direction, and you will get to exactly where you need to be, and you will have that abundant and prosperous future that you wanted with that career and that choice that you made to do with whatever it is that you love the most. And it says you stand in the light of truth. So when you're doing and speaking your truth, and when you're living your truth and your greatest and highest good, you have nothing to reap but rewards and abundance. Alrighty? Because that is part of your life path and your life purpose. So we have journey by moonlight. Believe in magic. That's funny because I was watching a Tyler's Tarot video last night, and he was talking about the song that kept coming on the radio called Believe in Magic, and I'm like, oh my God. The synchronicities of this are nuts. I love it. And it's funny because I was watching it last night, and it says Journey by Moonlight. I'm like, this is a fucking trip. Sorry, I can't help it. I'm just excited, and I'm just like, wow. The synchronicities, I'm going, yeah, this reading was for me too. It's like, hello, anybody home in there? Nah, I'm good. Oh, man. But anything is possible. Law of attraction, abundance, manifestation, big time synchronicities with this card are going to be coming in by doing what you love, and you are going to be so abundant with this and feel like that sense of relaxation and able to just partay and actually enjoy every moment of it. I feel like, for me, I am absolutely enjoying this. I love doing this with you guys. This makes me feel so good. And it's just like, it's not work for me. It's fun and it's enjoyable, and I love every second of it. It's what I've always wanted to do, and I don't have to worry about saying, oh, you're fired for not doing what I'm, supposed to be doing or whatever from a 9-to-5 job that I have. Just saying. I'm not fired though. I still have my job. I still love my job. I still love the people that I work with because it's like my second home sometimes. Because I help deliver babies some days. Because I am going back to being a PCA instead of an ASA. But I have made so many friendships with some of my patients that I work with that it's been absolutely incredible on my antepartum side of the unit. And I've become very close with some of them. Anyway, I digress. So it says, accept struggles as lessons. What was I saying before with that with the Luna card? Whatever struggles you're going through right now, these are your lessons, and to just go with it and learn from it and to apply your lessons that you had learned from before when you were on that ascension high. Alrighty? Because right now you are in a lower phase of it, and this is transitioning you into the next phase of your ascension process, is what they're telling you. Alrighty? And then we have focus on the positive. Positive mindset, you will get through this. Positive mindset, you are abundant. You are manifesting abundance at all times. Money comes to you easily. Focus on staying in them now. Focus on staying positive, and any negative thoughts, catch them, turn them around. We all know what to do, especially for those that are watching this pile, because you guys are at a higher ascension rate and level. Because you've been on this journey for quite some time, I feel. We have worry is a wasted emotion. We all know that worry can cause lack and can cause stagnation in our ascension journeys, and that it is truly just a waste of time and a waste of emotion, because it kind of holds us back and it continues to keep us trapped because we feel guilty or we worry about the next move. And we focus too much on that and focus on lack, and then it disrupts our abundance from coming in because we've focused on something that we shouldn't have been focusing on, and it takes a minute to get back into reality and to continue to have that positive mindset. But know that it is possible to turn it around and catch it as soon as it starts. So let's see what we get from the animal guides. So we have Coyote, Wise Wolf. Accept your follies and find the teaching in them. So whatever is going on right now that you feel is kind of like a flaw, learn the lesson from it and improve it. Alrighty? You are smart enough and you're very keen and you know exactly what to do, especially with following your own intuition for it. Black Panther, passion. Follow your passion. Continue following your dream. Even if it's just baby steps, you'll get there. You'll keep climbing forward. Just hang in there. And then we have Gorilla. Take the time to listen compassionately to those you love, especially your family members. So I feel like inspiration from your children is going to be, and like I hear monkeying around, even though he's a gorilla. I feel like having a lighthearted approach to things and kind of taking a cue from your children, if you have younger children or like nieces or nephews or whatever, what have you, I feel like a younger set of mind and kind of like a fresh perspective is what's most needed with this. And then we have Humpback Whale. Music is essential to your healing and well-being, whether singing, playing an instrument, or listening. So I feel like when you're doing your meditations, I feel like listening either to some whale sounds or some binaural beats or some kind of nature music meditations or any other type of music that you like to listen to, whether it be rap, hip hop, whatever, I don't care. Listen to the music that you love and just let it carry you away and kind of just zone out into it. And that's another type of meditation. I do that all the time when I'm working and when I'm stocking things as a PCA and resetting rooms and stuff and getting it ready for like the next C-section or whatever, what have you, because I work in an OR setting as well with doing C-sections on my floor with my unit for a labor and delivery unit. But anyways, we have Octopus. Practice shape-shifting by altering your physical appearance and mannerisms. So going with the flow, maybe changing up the way you dress, your hair, your makeup, doing something just a little bit different will help give you some spark, some pep in your step, some uplift, and a little bit of change that is most needed at this time to give you a little bit of like an epiphany. And I feel like it'll also raise your vibration, and it'll help you get back into the flow of things once you've raised your vibration back up instead of feeling so down on yourself. So these are your messages. I do hope that they resonated. Remember, take what resonates, and whatever doesn't, leave it on the floor. So I will see you guys in just a moment for the Rebel deck, for those who choose to stay for the Rebel deck messages, and for those who do not like those because of the profanity, know that I love you, and I will see you next video. Alrighty, so let's get into these Rebel deck messages. I've also pulled cards from the Notes from the Universe for some extra messages of love from the universe, and some extra love guidance as well for this. And we'll see how well these Rebel deck cards go with them. One more shuffle. For a second there, I thought it was going to be 62 pickup. Well, 60 pickup, whatever, because this deck has 60 cards in it. I'm like, no, don't explode on me, because I've had that happen a few times when I riffle shuffle. So what extra cheeky guidance can we give you to help lighten up your mood and your week, or whenever it is that you're watching this? There's that one. That one. One more. Come on. Whoop. That one. Really wanted to come out. Alrighty. So, for the Rebel deck, we have people are messy. Love them anyway. So with that, I feel like see people for who they really are and accept them. Whether you like them or not, just accept what they have to offer you, because they are teaching you a lesson and also being a mirror to you as well in the process. So see and think about whatever it is you most dislike about them, and think about the qualities in yourself that you can heal and learn from with that, because I promise you those are a mirror. And then for your universal messages of love, we have your treasure is at hand. That sounds good. Sure, you can always find prettier, handsomer, skinnier, wiser, richer, younger, zippier. But more often than not, one learns the most, laughs the loudest, and smiles the widest with those they've already found, especially when they stop looking elsewhere. Actually, zippier is on quite a few lists. Tally ho, the universe. So looking for the next BBD or the bigger, better deal is not what's called for really right now. They want you to accept people for who they are and love them for who they are inside and out, as well as yourself in the same aspect. Alrighty? Because you have all those loving qualities just as much as anyone else. So please don't doubt yourself is what I'm getting with that. So number 2, we have check yourself. You're playing with fire. So dial it back a notch. Check yourself before you wreck yourself is what I heard with that, and what I always think of when I see that. And just think before you speak. Think before you act. What would love do? Do you know why it's so easy for us in the unseen to quickly pinpoint your whereabouts? You leave behind footprints of love. Aw, the universe. P.S. The legend of Bigfoot continues. So, when you take a moment to step back and look at things and think about things before you act or speak, think to yourself possibly, well, what would love do with this situation? How would you perceive things, and how would you be able to understand this person's situation as well as your own, and see things from a different point of view as well as a higher perspective with this? Think of all the lessons you've learned in the past and kind of like apply them to the current situation is what I get with this. Alrighty? So for number 3, we have, do you really love them? Then wash, fold, and put away the clothes. So don't air out your dirty laundry. Don't air out somebody else's dirty laundry and point out their faults, is what I get with this card. Alrighty. Love them for their faults and all. Love yourself for your faults and all. And know that we are not all perfect. We are who we are. And we need to just accept those things and move on. And then it says, you glow, we beam. Thanks. In case anyone should ask, your heart isn't so large because of your wings. It's your wings that are so large because of your heart. Sometimes loving so much can be pretty heavy. Thanks for all your shared, thanks for all you've shared, the universe. P.S. It's just another one of those nutty body algorithm things. So you have an angelic state of mind, and within the angelic state of mind, it can tend to be I'm better than thou type of deal. Not to step on any toes. I'm just saying. We're all human. We are all in this same existence, same experience, and we are all going through the same trials and tribulations and lessons as everybody else. We are not better than anyone else. We are just living our own unique, situations and lives. Some may seem a little bit better than others, but we also don't know how well another person has it or how bad another person has it in some aspects. Even if they look like they're doing perfect and better than you, they're not. They could have so much of a shittier lifestyle that could just be a fake facade that they're putting out a front. So accept everyone as equals, love them for who they are, and keep it moving. These are your messages. Thank you guys so much for all joining me, for checking me out, liking and subscribing to my channel for those who are new here. And if you're new here and you like this video, consider subscribing, joining my happy family, and hitting that bell notification so you can stay up to date whenever I post a new video. So thanks. Have a great day, great week, great year, great month, whatever you want to call it. Whenever you're watching this, know that I love you, and I will see you next video. Have a blessed one.